percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Every character death in Demon Slayer. Key Kamado. Tanjiro Kamado left his family home one ordinary day to sell charcoal, and when he returned the next day, he found a scene of bloody slaughter. His 4 younger siblings and his widowed mother, Ki, all died by Muzan's hand, and only Nezuko remained, turned into a demon. Demon Slayer fans did not get to spend much time getting to know Ki Kamado, but it was clear she was a wonderful person and a hardworking parent. Fans saw her again in the Mugen Train arc when Tanjiro was put to sleep and was reunited with his deceased family members. Hand Demon. The huge, brutal Hand Demon made his debut early in the Demon Slayer anime as the first boss battle enemy for Tanjiro to fight. For decades, the Hand Demon spent his time trapped on that mountain for final exams, and he slew many of Sakonji Urokodaki's students for personal reasons. In episode 5, Tanjiro finally put an end to the Hand Demon's rampage and hacked off his head despite the Hand Demon's toughened defenses. The Hand Demon crumbled away, and in the process, Tanjiro empathized with that demon's desire to be reunited with his brother from his human life. Musamaru and Yahaba. In episode 8, the demons Musamaru and Yahaba burst onto the scene, cornering Tanjiro, Nezuko, Tamayo, and Yushiro in Tokyo. An all-out fight ensued, a 2 vs 2 match that demonstrated Nezuko's formidable kicking-based combat style. Eventually, Tanjiro and Nezuko triumphed, and Yahaba and Musamaru were on the verge of death. Musamaru died in an unusual fashion in episode 10. She blurted out Muzan Kibutsuji's name, which destroyed her body, and even Tanjiro was outraged that Muzan would do such a thing. Yahaba, meanwhile, was beheaded in episode 9 and finally died in episode 10. Kogai. After defeating Musamaru and Yahaba, Tanjiro's next challenge involved fighting Kogai, the former Lower Moon 6 among the Kizuki. Tanjiro also had a new ally for that mission, the Dandere demon slayer Zenitsu Agatsuma. Zenitsu fought other lesser demons in the house while Tanjiro battled Kogai directly. That fight was a tough and painful one for Tanjiro, but in the end, Tanjiro won. Once again, Tanjiro took pity on his enemy and empathized with their human vulnerabilities and emotions, and he helped Kogai die relatively happy. Soon after that, the wild card Inosuke came to the fore, and Tanjiro made a strange new friend. Kogai! 君の決起率はすごかった! Rui. Tanjiro's next mission took him and his squad to Mountain Natagumo, home of the Spider Clan. Tanjiro's team and other demon slayers struggle against the powerful, horrific spider demons defending their forest home, most of all the Lower Moon 5, Rui, and his adopted mother and father. The fight against Rui's spider family was a lengthy and brutal one, but when several Hashira arrived, the day was saved. Gyu and Shinobu finished off their demon foes, and Rui was sent straight to hell. Fortunately for him, Rui was reunited with his parents, and he found peace at last. Enmu. At one point, Muzan Kibutsuji, the Demon King, slew the Lower Moons out of sheer frustration, save for the Lower Moon 1, Enmu. Enmu promised that he would finish off Tanjiro's team, and he nearly succeeded with his Mugen train trap. Fortunately, Tanjiro's team was stronger, and they dealt the finishing blow in episode 32. The victory was short-lived because Akaza, the Upper Moon Tree, showed up and took over the fight. Almost immediately, Enmu felt like old news with such a powerful demon around, and it was all Kyojuro Rengoku could do to hold Akaza off as sunrise drew nearer.
Hinokami Kagura! Kekira no Ten!
Kyojuro Rengoku, the Flame Hashira, was the star of the Mugen Train story arc, but his plot armor could not last. He easily survived Enmu's trap, but when Akaza showed up, Tanjiro learned that even the Hashira have their limits. Kyojuro fought well against Akaza, but he gradually fell behind and then suffered a mortal blow. Akaza fled the morning race, leaving Kyojuro alone in his dying moments. Without demons around, Kyojuro was free to share some heartfelt parting words with Tanjiro's team, inspiring Tanjiro to meet the surviving Rengokus himself. It was a tragic death and a highly memorable one too. Daki and Gyutaro. The Upper Moon 6 rank was shared between Gyutaro, the original Upper Moon 6, and his beloved sister Daki. The Sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui, led Tanjiro's team into the entertainment district to slay Daki and Gyutaro, but it was far easier said than done. Daki and Gyutaro pushed Demon Slayer's heroes to the very edge, and it seemed certain Tengen would succumb to Gyutaro's poison. In the arc's final episode, though, the heroes prevailed. Gyutaro and Daki were beheaded at the same time, and their severed heads argued before they both dissolved away. Miraculously, Tengen survived after all, and elsewhere, Kagaya Uboyashiki was overjoyed that an Upper Moon had been slain for the first time in over a century. Guoko. The Upper Moons 5 and 4 both infiltrated the Swordsmith village in Demon Slayer Season 3, with Guoko challenging Muichiro Tokito while Hantengu took on the other heroes. Muichiro fought Guoko evenly at first, but then he got trapped in water and nearly drowned until he activated his Demon Slayer mark. With renewed strength and motivation, Muichiro turned the tables on Guoko and slew him. Not even Gyoko's monstrous final form could protect him from Muichiro's blade. It was an astonishing achievement that Muichiro slew an Upper Moon demon solo, especially without dying in the process. Hantengu. The Upper Moon 4 Hantengu was even tougher than Guoko and nearly killed several of Demon Slayer's best heroes during that nighttime battle. Hantengu held off Mitsuri Kanroji in the forest, then fled Tanjiro with his tiny real body. Tanjiro was even prepared to sacrifice Nezuko to finish off Hantengu as the morning sun rose. Tanjiro finally hacked off Hantengu's head, finishing off the Upper Moon 4 for good. Best of all, that victory came at little cost since Nezuko survived the morning sun's rays. That made the final victory over Hantengu feel downright miraculous, and it also means the Upper Moons are reduced to just 3 members at this point in the Demon Slayer anime: Akaza, Doma, and Kokushibo.